Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Rock TO Studio, and today I'm making some fun and easy folders that you can make to organize your life. You know, you don't have to have ugly manila folders. You can make pretty ones very easily out of 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock if you want to make the bigger size ones to hold an 8.5 by 11 sheet, or you can make them smaller if you want to. I was challenged to do this by Shannon Green, who now works for Corp brands, and she had made a video which I will link up in the corner below so you can watch her video, and she thought it would be fun to find out what other people on the creative crew would do making this project. So there's several of us who have made these, and there will be a blog post that'll have all the links and pictures to different people's projects. But I decided to make my folders for Christmas, because I always get so overwhelmed at Christmas. There's so much to do, so little time. I never plan ahead. I'm always running around at the last minute doing things. And so I decided I might need a few folders for things like wish lists that people have given me, gift receipts if something needs to be returned, one of the things I gave my kids or something, party invitations, you know, Secret Santa lists, all that type of stuff that you need to have and you can never find. I needed to get organized. So what I did was to take some solid pieces of cardstock. These are not from Corp brands. These are old Stampin' Up! Ones that I had already. And I scored one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock at 9.5 inches. That gives me an inch wider than the 8.5 piece of paper. And then I trimmed down the other piece at 9 inches. So now the second piece is 9 by 12. I did it on my guillotine cutter, which is behind me. You can't see it. And then I just tucked one piece inside the fold of the other piece, and it makes a perfect folder with 2 colors theme that has a little bit of color at the top as well for where I'm going to put the tabs. And all I used was just some tape runner to stick those 2 pieces together. I did round the corners so that it looked a little bit more professional and more like a folder. So simple. That's so easy, and you can make it whatever size you want. If you want to organize some tags, you know, Christmas tags, you can make a little folder for that. You could make pleats in the bottom so that it holds a little bit more, and you could even make it into a pocket by taping down the sides. So it's just a real simple, easy, fun project to do to get yourself ready for the holiday spirit, or for whatever you want it for. If you just want to organize things on your desk like what you ordered from Amazon or whatever, just things like that. So then I'm using the Mix and Match pad, which is Jolly Christmas is the name of it. This is a Corp brands pad that you saw at the beginning. You saw me taking it apart. It has all kinds of things. It has a piece of printed canvas in it. It has couple pieces of burlap, some corrugated paper, and several printed papers that are cardstock weight. And so I'm using all these different papers that come in the pad. Well, not all of them. I just used a little bit of it. I'll do some more projects with the rest to decorate my folders and make them even more cool. Of course, I could have made the entire folder out of the printed paper, but I wanted to conserve it so that I could use it for some other projects that I had already planned before Shannon challenged me with this. So I just used a few pieces of it, just making strips and putting them on. I did a little bit of sponging, ink sponging on the edges. I tore some of them. I cut some of them straight. In addition, there's also a piece of paper that basically looks like a coloring page in the pack, and that's like just white paper with black printing on it with all different types of cute images. And there is a couple that you could cut apart, that you could leave them if you were doing a scrapbooking page, or you could cut apart. So you will see me using a couple of those different pages as well as the ones that are printed in color. This is one of the ones that I thought you could cut apart. You could leave it as a background on a scrapbooking page if you wanted to, but I saw all these cute little things I could cut out. So I decided to just cut different little ones that caught my eye, and I cut them out with scissors, and then I trimmed them on my guillotine cutter to make them a little bit more straight, because my cutting is not straight at all. I do try, but it's hard to cut a straight line. So this was the first one, and I thought that was hilarious. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. That's exactly how I feel around the holidays. I get my whole self in a tangle. I'm so overwhelmed by all the things that I want to do, all the traditions that I have with my family, and I need to get them done, and I can't get everything done. You know how it is. I'm sure you all know how it is. If you celebrate this holiday, but you might celebrate a different one. So I left this part in. My Posca pen, which I've used all through this project to add some extra decorative lines, it decided to burp. And it got green all over everything. I don't know what happened. I've never had that happen before. But I ended up needing to take off that piece and make a bigger border with some more cardstock. And that's the leftover cardstock that I cut off. So really, I'm only using the two 12 by 12 pieces for each folder because I'm using the excess cardstock, and then I have some other an additional piece that I've cut up to make the border there in that case. It got green ink everywhere, so I covered up the big blop by adding an extra layer of cardstock and making it a little bit bigger. And then up at the top, I used a baby wipe and just wiped off basically the top layer of the cardstock, which makes it weaker and is a little bit bumpy, but really I didn't have a whole lot of options of what to do there. And then I end up adding an extra strip of cardstock to it adds an extra decorative element, obviously, but then it also helps to make that strong again up there on the green piece where it was getting pretty thin because I peeled off the top layer of the paper to get rid of the green. But now I can't even see it. I don't even know it's there. I was pretty devastated when it first happened. So I continue to do this. I'm not going to make you watch all of it because it was, I messed around with it for a while, and I want to try to keep this video to 10 minutes because that's what Shannon likes, is 10-minute videos. Usually my videos are 20 minutes, you guys know that, but I just keep layering and cutting out little pieces and adding decorative elements using Posca pins. In this case, I made some little snowflakes going down at an angle because it says Jack Frost nipping at your nose. I thought that was cute. And North Pole approved. These are very cute papers. I will be sure to link the paper pack in the description box below so that you will know what I used and you can order it for yourself if you want to use it for this holiday. So the other paper that I was talking about earlier is the white cardstock with black printing. I used markers and I colored some of the images and cut them out. There's the paper right there. And I decided this one needed something in that upper corner there for balance. The folders that Shannon made, and the reason that she decided to challenge a few of us is to find out what they would come out, how they would come out different based on what we like. We all like something different. I like bright colors. I like very graphic, bold images. I don't like a lot of fuss. I don't like overstimulation. And some of the papers that she used, because what she likes, obviously, is it's too busy for me. So when you watch hers, you might think that hers are way better than mine because that's your style. You like the nostalgic colors and the ephemera and the busy stuff, whereas I prefer a lot cleaner things. So that's the reason that I used the solid colors in addition to the pattern papers, because just using all pattern papers is too much for my brain. It makes my eyes bulge out, and it's not pretty. It's just not pretty. So anyway, as you can see, I colored in some of the one page that I think is a coloring page. It looks like a coloring page to me, with my markers from Japan that have the brush tips. And then I cut those out and added them to the front of a couple of them. These two folders that you're seeing here, I used the graphic patterns of one sheet of paper and then paired it with a solid sheet. And then, of course, I'm adding tabs to each one, and I'm just using the leftover piece that I cut from the polka dotted one to add my tabs, and then I'm going to put little labels on each one to say what it is when I start to use them. So if you want to try this project, please, if you post it somewhere on social media, please give me a link so that I can see what you did. And also you can go watch the other people and what they did. They did some cute stuff. One made a little like purse out of the folders. It's really cute. So, and another one's going to make a little booklet out of the smaller size folders. And those are just the two that I saw. I know there are more. So be sure to check out the blog post at Canvas Corp Brands. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those things. And I think that that's pretty much it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.